What's up guys, welcome back for another week of deck profiles. Today is Monday and it's going to be Julius Caesar Day. I decided to do Julius Caesar first today because it was the last day of summer yesterday, so I figured, we'll end with the start of fall tomorrow, but it'll be a nice little water deck today. That probably makes no sense, but I have a really weird thought process, so we're just going to go with it. And yeah, so let's hop straight into the deck profile. So I'd like to think that I'm playing a kind of control-y, draw-power-y kind of deck with this. I decided to run a little red the Pure Stone because I needed a source for all the colors I had without having to invest more than 4 of, since you can't. Moonshard, this is mainly just for the side, but I figured it won't hurt because I was going to use a mono blue anyway. 4 Light Vapors, and 4 Magic Stone of Dark Depth. So I wanted to use a little bit more of the Vingolf card, so I kind of went for like a really weird win condition here. I have 4 Cheshire Cats, which of course isn't from Vingolf, but it's a great draw power card. And then a Vingolf card I really like is Hanzo. I decided to run 4 because not only is it flying, which kind of goes with the whole Julius theme, but it also lets you draw a card when it enters. And then the main kind of win condition I'm going with this deck, I have like a backup win condition because this isn't too strong, but I thought it was just for casual play, so it would be fun. Is 3 Sojis. This is kind of like Slide for the Sky Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys don't know what that is. It's like one of the strongest cards originally in Season 1, where it gets 1,000 attack for every card in your hand, and this card gets 100 attack and 100 defense for every card in your hand, and you can pay a water to give it flying. And so the whole idea of the deck is to constantly have 7 cards in your hand, so that this is always at 700 attack. So it's essentially a 700 with flying for the cost of 2. So that's like Alice stats, but without having to have a 3 cost. And then 3 Lauras. So Laura doesn't draw, but because it replaces itself when it's summoned, either with Carmilla or another Laura, you still retain the same amount of cards in your hand, so you're constantly always trying to have 7, or 6 is okay too, but I was trying to go for 7 the whole time. And then 3 Alice, this is kind of where the other control-y part comes in, because I can make everything untargetable, and I can also banish something that's I need to get out of the game, like a Menesopheles or something, because there is no actual like fire or dark for too much removal. I decided I would use Alice to remove alongside Carmilla. And then 2 Moonshard. Moonshard lets you draw when you have 2 counters, and it can rest stuff, which lets you go for attacks, even though it's not too crucial because you do have access to flying with Julius. But I mainly wanted to use it for the draw. The tap is just, for extra pushing damage if I don't have all the flyers, like if I have Lauras and stuff, and I don't want to invest in giving them flying through only Julius. And then 2 Carmilla for removal, like I said, I don't have a lot of it, so I wanted to have this in Alice. And then 2 Menesopheles, which is the other win condition outside of Soji. This is a 1500 flyer, so if they waste all their resources getting rid of all your tiny flyers in the beginning, you would just win the game with Menesopheles. So for the spells, I decided to run 4 Justice Godsword. Like I said, because I don't have access to red, I can't use any thunders, so I wanted something that's close to thunder and still get some removal out of the way. 4 Dreams of Wonderland. This card's actually really great in this deck because I don't mind either of the effects. If I bounce a threat, that's just as good as drawing a card, because drawing a card replaces itself, and I always get to keep 6 to 7 cards in my hand. 2 Dream of Juliet. I use this mainly just for protection, but you can also use it on Hanzo because it's the new enter effect that applies with Dream of Juliet, where if it does bounce back into the field, it counts as an enter, and then you get the draw again. So you can technically, if they try to Thunder Hanzo, you can Dream of Juliet it. It avoids the Thunder, and you get to draw a card, which is great. 2 Apollo Break, the Moonblast. This is just to top deck your opponent's cards. It goes kind of more with the control aspect. I want to be able to draw all my cards and take away as many of their answers as I can. 2 Glimpse of Kaguya. This is really good against Regalias right now. If they try to banish to survive, to get imperishable with one of their J rulers, you can technically Glimpse of Kaguya the activate to sack it, because Glimpse of Kaguya targets technically the activate in the chase. It doesn't target the actual card. So even if the sword is off the field, if the effect isn't activate, you can still cancel it and then you draw a card. 2 Shooting Star to redirect stuff like burn spells. There's Purifying Flames and Thunders and Ghost Flame and stuff like that, so you can always redirect those. And just 1 Heavenly Feathered Robe, because Knights are really big right now, and taking someone's Gwaine to lower all their monsters' attack and defense, or taking someone's Lancelot is actually really good. For the side deck, I decided to use 4 March Hares. March Hare is kind of like a replacement to Thunder as well as just a God Sword. I know that's kind of hard to understand, but in this deck, you wouldn't use March Hare aggressively, you would use it defensively. If you're going against an aggro deck, you could drop March Hare, let's say if you hit a Dark Depths turn 1 and you don't have access to light for just this God Sword. And now this is something they either have to waste a removal spell on or attack and crash into, so you get rid of their card. 3 Lunia, like I said, because I have the Moon Shards, I just sided this. If you go against Cthulhu, you don't need the Moon Shard. If you want to try to use them alongside the Moon Shard and maybe use just 2 for the mid game or something, you can do that as well. Same with Susano. This works, of course, against Bahamut, but you can also just side into him if you feel comfortable enough that you can stall the game to get to your Moon Shard. 2 Realm of Pure Spirits, because this is really good if they have a lot of removal. You can stop them from removing your Soji, and it could just always have 700 attack, and you can wait till you can give it flying to risk attacking and having it rested, because the damage might be worth being rested. And then 2 Dark Pulse just for Knights, or anything like Light Rush. This really kills anything that's 2 or lower, so you can draw into it really quickly, and I didn't find need more than 2. But with all the draw power, like I said, you have a lot of your side deck options anyway, so I don't mind using 2 ofs or 1 ofs or anything like that. So that was my Julius Caesar deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it because it was really challenging to make and I really liked the end result. If you guys have any other questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you do so all my other deck profiles come straight to you. I have 4 more coming out this week, and I will catch you guys next time.